Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ocarina of Time 3D. I swear I will show off the 3D. I've got it planned for a bonus episode. There's one thing I want to show off, gameplay-wise, which is also ideal to show off with the 3D elements. So, you know, now might be a good warning. That's in a couple of weeks' time. So, get some red-blue 3D glasses, because that's how I'm going to do it. So, if you want to watch it in 3D, that's going to be what you need. It's going to be awful, and I'm so excited for it. Anyway, yes, in the last episode, I keep spitting on my microphone. I'm actually going to move it a bit over that way so it's not directly in my gob line. So, yes, last episode, we discovered this giant woman, the Desert Colossus. There she is, the goddess of the sand, as the prophecy foretold. We were told to come back here as a child in order to learn, in order to be able to explore the temple. So, indeed, that's what we're going to be doing this episode. The Spirit Temple is a really interesting one. While I kind of have said that Beneath the Well and the Shadow Temple kind of are almost like parts of the same dungeon, like a child part and an adult part, this is one dungeon, the Spirit Temple, and you explore it equally as a child and an adult. It's really cool that it interacts with itself through time in that way. This is where we need to go, but there's a woman here. I haven't seen you around, kid. What do you want? Nothing really. You have nothing to do? Oh, what good timing! Can you do me a favour, kid? Wait a second, I want to ask you first. You wouldn't have to be one of Ganondorf's followers, would you? I hate Ganondorf! Haha! You've got goods. I think I like you, kid. First off, let me introduce myself. I'm Nabooru of the Gerudo. I'm a lone wolf thief. But don't get me wrong, though we're both thieves, I'm completely different from Ganondorf. With his followers, he stole from women and children. He even killed people. A kid like you may not know this, but the Gerudo race consists only of women. Only one man is born every 100 years. Even though our laws say that lone male Gerudo must become king of the Gerudo, I'll never bow to such an evil man. By the way, what's your name, kid? Doctor? What kind of a name is that? Well, anyway, I wanted to ask you a favour. Will you go through this tiny hole and get the treasure that's inside? The treasure is the silver gauntlets. If you equip them, you can easily push and pull very heavy things. No, kid. Don't even think about taking this treasure for yourself. The silver gauntlets won't fit a little kid like you if you try and equip them. I want you to be a good boy and give them to me. Ganondorf and his minions are using the Spirit Temple as a hideout. Only the silver gauntlets will allow me to sneak deep into the temple. Once there, I'm going to steal all the treasure inside and mess up their plans. How about it? Will you do it? Thanks, kid. You and I, let's give Ganondorf and his followers a big surprise, shall we? If you can successfully get the silver gauntlets, I'll do something great for you. So, if the name Nabooru sounds familiar, it's because we were actually told about her before. That she's actually in the future when we explore Gerudo's fortress, we're actually told that she is the great Ganondorf's second in command. Guess a lot must happen in... Oh, bugger me. How do I fight these guys? Oh, got to stun them first, haven't you? Oh, bloody hell, not with that. Boomerang. There we go, that's how we do it. Oh god, I had to remember for a moment there. She's also, like, a number of the... So all of the... In case anyone hadn't realised this by now, people have played Breath of the Wild. The names of the divine beasts are all based on characters in previous Zelda games, of which many of them are from Ocarina of Time. Varuta, the Zora one, is based on Ruto. That's the wrong way. Varudania is based on Darunia from this game. Naburis is based on, obviously... That was the right way, idiot. I thought it was. Ugh, I hate myself. So Naburis is based on Nabooru from this. Oh, Stelfos. These guys are very hard to fight as a child because you do so little damage to them. But you just gotta basically do what I'm doing here. Just shield and stab them in the dick repeatedly. Hopefully you can shove them off the end. If not, God, it's so different fighting them as a child with a shield versus fighting them as an adult with a big long sword. Because here I can play a defensive game, which is so much different. Anyway, kill this bubble as well by wait till he pops up and then just stun him with the boomerang, then shoot him with the Deku with the slingshot. If you cleverly use your boomerang here, you can hit that crystal switch to drop that down. Wonderful. What's the final one called? Meadow, which is Medley from Wind Waker. Other than that, all three of them, the other ones are named from the Gerudo. The one that's in Gerudo is named after Nabooru. The one that's in the Gorn area is named after Darunia. They're all famous members of that race. But obviously, there are no Ritos in this because technically it's the Zoras that became the Ritos. Anyway, interesting new enemy here. If we come up ahead, this is an Anubis. It's vulnerable to fire. What Navi doesn't tell you is that it copies your moves or mirrors them exactly. You notice if we come to the forward, it comes forward as well. If we go around to the side, it goes around to the side. What Navi told us is it's vulnerable to fire. You can just kill it with Din's fire, but this is far cooler what I'm going to do. If we hit the switch here, it makes a flame appear there. Oh, the Anubis does also occasionally shoot fire at you. In order to kill it, we need to make it walk into that fire. So let's just walk. Oh! Let's try that again. So we'll walk around the other side of the spike trap, and it'll just do-si-do with us there. And then once you're on the other side, get to about here-ish, and it's standing right in front of that door. Use your slingshot to hit the crystal switch. I do love that. You can kind of mirror them and trick them into moving into where they die, which is, ooh, wonderful. I keep hitting. Good! Easy, Doctor. I'm freaking out. I'm just freaking out. I don't know why. Anyway, with that done, we can proceed. Oh, good! So Navi is telling us, as ever, there are wall masters here. So let's wait for that bastard to come down. Kill some keys in the meantime. Oh, those keys are on the other side of the wall. Great. Oh, he nearly got me there. Wall masters also take a lot to kill as a child. You got to like do 2 jump attacks on them. Oh, I'm back up to full money already. God, it really doesn't take much, does it? That doesn't work. I need to hit with that, which can technically hit through walls. You wouldn't think it, but it can. Well, when they're off the wall, it doesn't work, does it? Well, we'll leave that one for later. Fences are weird on this because they technically are. You can go through them. So like, this keys can absolutely damage me through it. And you notice I'm going around to the top here because that gold Skulltula that's on the other side can also damage you through the fence, which is really irritating. We get the 5th crystal silver rupee up there. Then that does open the way through, and as you saw, I hurt myself on the Skulltula on the other side. Once we've killed all the enemies in this room, which is that dude, and also if we kill this and grab its token. Oh, that was perfect timing. Wonderful. We'll notice, so there are 2 unlit torches on that side, and there is a lit torch on this side. This is why, so in that last room we were in, the kind of split of ways, there was a left way and a right way. The right way just comes through to here, and there's not much you can do in this room for now. Whereas, I'm jumping around like a right idiot this episode. Oh, not the Wallmaster's back. Fuck off. Oh, everything's back. This has just got horrible. I'm just going to ignore everything and do my lighting. That's 1. God, Link's got a really shitty turning circle. There we go. So that makes a chest appear, and so you have to have come around from the other side to actually have opened that door and given yourself access to that fire. This does show you, by the way, a normal keys can become a fire keys literally just by flying through a fire. It can happen to any keys, and it could happen to you too. Yes, but it just doesn't actually come up very often. With that small key, we can now crawl through here and proceed. So, what was I going to say about that? I was going to say something about fire and keys, but I can't remember what it was, so I'm sure it wasn't very important. Does one of these have fairies? Not doesn't have 4 fairies because the whole fountain worth of them last time. So you've got 3 Skulltulas here. There is a regular Skulltula, then there is up there another regular Skulltula, and then you'll see there's a gold one behind us. I'm going to ignore it for now, actually, and climb up here. By the way, so I'm about to do a relatively large puzzle room. While I'm doing that, I'm going to put the music up because I fucking love the music in the Spirit Temple. It's fantastic. He says, about to go quiet, and then it plays the bloody enemy music. I guess I need to take these enemies out first. So, this isn't where I thought it was, so ignore me entirely. You've got a couple of Skulltulas to fight here, and then an enemy we haven't seen for a while. Indeed, a Lizzlefoss is here, so you kind of fight them like you fight a Stealthfoss. You just crouch, dab, and then crouch, dab. I mean, I can do this with a jump attack as well, which is slightly faster. There we go. And now here's something interesting. An item that this is the first time you need it. This is a room that requires bomb chews. I believe somewhere in this room there's actually a way of... is it that crystal switch that does it? Yeah, if you hit that switch, that makes a chest appear over there. Oh, did it make 2 of them appear? One of these chests I'm pretty sure has bomb chews in, because it's not like you have to have done the bomb chew bowling alley, because no one does the bomb chew bowling alley, because it's bloody annoying. Is it this one? Yeah, so it gives you bomb chews, and I think it's basically the only point in the game that... Oh, there's one other point that requires it, but technically that's optional. As in, it does require bomb chews, but it itself is optional, not that the bomb chews are optional if you choose to do that area. Oh, there's another lizard foss. Weird that there are 3 lizard foss as well. I haven't seen these fuckers in ages. God, fighting does just take a lot longer as a child. I suppose I'm doing 4 times less damage. So now we're in the main hall of the Spirit Temple itself, and there is a huge Desert Colossus in here as well. And indeed, Nafi says,
"The Desert Colossus' face, it sure looks evil."
And that's a bit of a hint for something we'll already hear later. For now, we can't really do much in this room. If we push this Armos off the side, it hits a blue switch, which opens the bars on a door, which isn't immediately obvious. We can kind of hop down here, but there's really not much we can do at this stage. This is what I mean when I say this temple actually really does overlap. This is all part of the temple we'll explore as an adult. Like, I would say most of the stuff we're doing as a child, you can also see as an adult, and there is interplay between the 2 time zones, which is really cool. Anyway, I'm going to take on this room and play the music in the background. Oh no, because there's the enemies, isn't there? For fuck's sake, every time. Well, there's 3 Beamos here, so I'm going to start by just doing a murder with them. And there are probably keeks around somewhere that need killing, knowing this dungeon. Actually, no. Anyway, music on, please. Yeah, it's that kind of music that's only a couple of steps above just being ambience, but it works really well. It just absolutely fits really well for me, I feel, with the feel of a kind of desert temple in the sands. It's got that kind of Abu Simbel temple in Egypt that's a really cool one, because it's literally like, rather than being built, it's cut into the rock, so it's like a cliff, and the entire temple, statues and all, has been carved out of the rock rather than been built. It's really cool, and it's the kind of place I imagine having this kind of music, basically, which is very cool. Weird thing about that temple in real life as well, it's not where it was built by the Egyptians. It's actually about 30 miles away from that, because where it was relocated, because when the Soviets actually built the Hayaswan Dam, that created Lake Nasser there, which made this temple's amazing and incredible thing, and it's where it was going to be was just going to be flooded. It's going to be like 40 meters of water, and so they're like, fuck, what are we going to do about this? They wanted the dam for like hydroelectric power and water and stuff like that, but there was this incredible temple there, and there were a load of crazy ideas, including like putting a giant glass dome around it, and people would go underwater down into this dome and visit it and stuff like that. And what they eventually did, which is no less ridiculous, is sawed it up. So it's sandstone, so it's relatively soft, using rock saws, sawed it up into cubes, kind of like a couple of cubic meters, and moved the entire temple, rock by rock, 20 miles away, and rebuilt it there. And you would barely notice, other than like, if you look at photos of it, you can see like there's a statue of Ramesses II at the front, and it's got a line down its face because it was sawn in part there and rebuilt. But it's a very impressive bit of engineering, and it's quite funny. A load of countries helped out with that move, and every country that helped out with it was rewarded by, they were given a minor Egyptian temple, but was then moved to their country. So like the US got one, which is in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. The only country that helped out that wasn't given any Egyptian goodies for it was Britain, because Egypt basically said, you've taken enough already, which is, you know what, absolutely fair. So, amusing bit of history there. Anyway, I've been talking nonsense and not actually getting on with any progress. We're in a strange room here, and it's got this really fucking creepy dude on a throne. Can't get through there. I'm going to equip our nice new spell we got, Naryu's Love. And time for a mini-boss battle. So, this is an Iron Knuckle. Watch out for its axe attack, it hurts a lot. Strike when it drops its guard. Perfect time then to fire up Naryu's Love. Nairu's Love. I keep calling it Naryu still. Habit say. So it takes about a sixth of your magic to fire up, and then you get the shield. You still get sent flying with the shield on, but you take no damage. So, the Iron Knuckle has two attacks. One is that one there, and then the other one is that one there. So there's a left-right or a single forward strike, which gets it stuck in the ground. You can, basically, if it's doing the sideways strike, your best way is to do a backflip, and if it's doing the forward strike, your best way is to go to left or right. If it destroys any of those pillars, it's kind of like a Dark Knight in Wind Waker, as in if it takes out a pillar, the chances are the pillar will then contain hearts. Each of its hits will do like 2 to 4, usually 2 hearts, I think. But I think they can potentially hit up to 4 or something like that. Basically, they can output an absolute crap ton of damage, and especially because we deal so little damage as Young Link, this is where Nairu's Love is very handy. Though we've got a ridiculous number of hearts anyway. As you can see, we've done a bit of damage to it now, and its armor's fallen off, which means it's no less powerful. It's just more mobile. But we are getting there with it slowly. Nairu's Love, fuck's sake, lasts for a minute. Doesn't matter how much magic you have or not, it just takes a certain amount of magic to fire up and then protects you for a minute. So it's pretty actually useful. There's a reason why they give you this late in the game. How much damage does that do? Does that 2 hearts? Wasn't paying attention clearly enough. Anyway, enough damage and down he goes. And with that, the way opens, and time to get what we came here for.
Hey, what's up, Doctor? Surprised to see me? A long time in this world is almost nothing to you, isn't it? How mysterious. Even though I thought the tales of a boy who could travel back in time, forth through time, were merely legends. Doctor, you are fully matured as an adult. From now on, the future of all the people of Hyrule is on your shoulders.
Oh, I forgot how much this voice hurts my throat as well.
Baby doesn't want my time anymore. Here is my last advice. 2 witches inhabit this temple. In order to destroy them, turn their own magic power against them. Hoo 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 hoo. Do you want to know? I would never want to hear what you said again ever. I will continue to watch you. Hoo 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 hoo.
Yes, we hadn't seen him for a while, and unlike pretty much every other character in the game other than maybe Sheik, he seems aware of what's going on, that we are travelling through time, that we've been into the future and we've now come back. Have a think about what that might be, and have a think about other characters in the game who look like owls. Hinting again. What I'm mentioning is, it was a fan theory for years, but it has actually been confirmed by Nintendo with the release of the Hyrule Historia. Anyway, this is what we came here for. You got the Silver Gauntlets. If you wore them, you would feel power in your arms. The power to lift big things with A. Wonderful use of the subjunctive case there. You don't see that much in English anymore. If you were to wear them, you would feel power. That's a weird part of grammar that makes me quite happy. Anyway, but these gauntlets won't fit a kid. Plus, you promised to give them to Nabooru. You really should keep your word. Hey, where are you taking me? Yuck, let me go! You fiends! Ganondorf's minions! Doctor, get out of here, now! These witches, they're using black magic on me! I mean, I kind of like that it does the... oh, fuck's sake. I like that it does the sandstormy thing rather than a cut to black. But it feels very in your face. It goes... Anyway, we're going to hold the episode there. That'll give us some hints. That plus what Gebora the Owl said gives us some hints about what's going to go down when we return to the temple as an adult. Because now we've got the silver gauntlets. We can do that, but we can only wear them as an adult. So, next episode, we're going to be heading deeper into the Spirit Temple as adult Link. So thank you very much, and I hope you'll join me then. Good day.